Today I am at Bangalore Chamber of Industry and Commerce, a 50-year-old apex body representing large and medium industries, and with me are the leading representatives of BCIC. I have with me Mr. Prashant Gokhale, President BCIC and Managing Director Buller India Private Limited. I also have with me Mr. K. Ravi, Senior Vice President BCIC Director VR eBiz Solutions Private Limited. And we also have Dr. Prashant Reddy, Vice President BCIC, Managing Director Fundermax India Private Limited. Gentlemen, thank you so much for giving your time to ET Now. It's a pleasure talking to you. I'll start with you, Prashant. What is the single biggest budget expectation from MSMEs according to you this year?
Good question. MSME is the largest, I would say, the backbone of our industry. If you ask me one, I will put two. One is clearly that how do we improve skill development at MSME. Government has done in the last budgeting about the large topic on skill development. How do we reach to the last mile at MSME about those skills? And second is that how do we really promote their innovation, not only in their processes but in their products. If you can really support those MSMEs to upgrade their innovation and not only quality but the innovation and the topics to the next level, this will take India to the next level when we talk about the MSMEs.
Very well explained and quite a crisp but impactful answer, I should say. Mr. Ravi, coming to you, tariff scenario was quite challenging, and in 2025 was all about it. We were talking so much about the situation. How do you think is India dealing with the international business on the lines of the same now? And what do you think are the expectations from the upcoming budget?
I think all of us know in the year 2025, after the tariff by the United States of 50%, there are a lot of industries which have really suffered. Particularly if you take the garment industry, the margins are so low, they can't sustain 50% vis-a-vis 25% by Vietnam or Bangladesh. And when it comes to diamonds, we are one of the top exporters of diamond, finished diamond to US. And even that, it has been a very great effect to that particular industry. Now, what we expect from the government is how they are going to support these industries by way of interest subvention or by way of subsidy, because I think the government should immediately talk to the US and see to that to a great extent, if this can be reduced, that would be a great boon for all the exporters. But I think one of the good steps taken by the government was the FTA. That is a free trade agreement which they have signed with UAE, Australia, New Zealand, UK. I think all these FTAs have taken a long time, but they have come faster now because of this scenario. And I'm sure this will help the exporters to see that instead of going to US, they go to other countries. Ultimately, the government has to support in these days of tough situations for the exporters.
Absolutely. Dr. Prashant, you have a deep dive knowledge about the sector which is always in the upcycle, as they say, and one of the sector which is very important for the development of the country, the real estate sector. Now, the long-term undertone of real estate sector, as the experts say and suggest, is positive. But on a short-term basis, what do you think are the requirements and what are the expectations of real estate sector from the upcoming budget from the government?
So it's a very important question, and as you rightly acknowledged, the construction sector is the second largest employer in India and a significant contributor to the GDP. There have been a lot of reforms, but even the last GST reforms was quite helpful, but still there is scope for further improvement, especially on how one can avail input credit, especially on items like steel and cement. Plus, we also are talking of some reforms in customs. So more simplification in custom duty could also help. What we see is a rapid urbanization. This is an irreversible process, and the urbanization rate in India is relatively much lower compared to the developed cities of the world. And when we are talking of this rapid urbanization, are we prepared, infrastructure ready? I don't think that's there. So there is a necessity to invest more on the metros, more airports, better road connectivity, and these are things which the government needs to certainly pay attention to in this budget.
I agree to that fact, and on a longer term play, if we see for the tier 1 cities, the metros, there's a lot happened, but at the same time we are now looking at tier 2 cities as well. And like you rightly pointed out, when we talk about real estate, it's not just the residential real estate, but then the road and infra, the commercial space. There's a lot to think and understand. Coming back to you, Mr. Prashant, another piece which is very important is the existing credit schemes. Do you think the existing credit schemes are working at the ground level, or is there some sort of improvement required over there?
It is working at the ground level, but need is more. And how these MSMEs will have the access to those funds and easy access to the funds, and how do they use them into their productivity, into their production, increasing their, I would say that the skill levels, sustainability topics are there, because if you reach to those MSMEs and talk about sustainability, and that will link it to the entire value chain. So credit schemes today are working. It is not that it is not working, but always there is a need for more. Talking about the easy access to the funds, and second would be the easy access to the, I would say, land, because that becomes a big topic for any MSME to have their own piece of land to construct their own things, because that's a big piece of investment what they're looking. So if you really work on this and connect them to the entire value chain, then there is a win-win situation for the large industries, and those MSMEs can work together in the entire value chain in synchronized manner.
I second the thought. Dr. Prashant, again, coming to the real estate and in particular the housing space, giving a little deeper thought, how can budget policy improve housing supply in cities like Bangalore? Is there a need to revisit home loan tax benefits according to you?
Absolutely. There are two aspects here. One is what benefit can be given in terms of the banks control the interest rate, but the benefit in terms of the taxation, so that you get a waiver more on the interest as well as the principal component, so that it also encourages for a second home and third home. Today people live very far away from their work and all, and we somehow have this holiday partying with the 5-day week and long weekends. People like to step out. So having a second home, third home could also drive the industry. At the same time, now this is for the affordable class. Now we are talking of the rest, which is the major portion. Affordable housing is still a very big subject. Most of them still cannot afford houses, and with the current inflation rates, whatever we have, and I think the government has to do something so that the land is available at a proper, more fair and cheaper prices, so that these houses can be really affordable for one who needs it. Making these houses far away from the city with poor connectivity is not helping the cause. So they should be part of the existing ecosystem. They should live among us. And I think we need a very balanced, so that everyone stays in the community there.
Absolutely, I agree, a quite rational and viable thought. But three important spaces, MSME, international business and real estate. It's absolute pleasure talking to you and understanding what the expectations of these sectors are from the upcoming budget. Thank you so much for giving your time. It was a pleasure talking to you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.